Hey Scorpio, welcome to your relationship check-in reading. If you're dating someone, thinking about someone, getting to know someone, this reading should help give you a little bit of clarity on where you guys are. So we're going to start first by pulling a couple of oracle cards to see what energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first card that we have for you is just so done. Mentally tapped, emotionally spent, physically drained, spiritually depleted, ready to make a change. Well, damn, Scorpio. Okay, let's pull another and see what other energies are surrounding you all for this reading. And what we have, the golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. Scorpio, if you want to pause it here and get you a little glass of wine or something, I would not be mad, because the vibe that's coming through so far is just that of abject irritation. So with Just So Done and the golden mirror, it feels as though whoever you've been dealing with, and I think that this has been something that you have been sort of experiencing for a relatively extended period of time, it's like, yep, we good over here. Thank you. Like, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Please just get the hell out of my life is what's coming through for you. It feels like a very heavy energy that's coming through right now. It's almost, this point of frustration where it's like, why can't you just act right? Why can't you just be a decent human being? And it feels like you have given concession after concession after concession. And no matter what you do, it's like, I've approached this with love. I've approached this with fire. I've approached this with holy water. And literally nothing is making a difference at this point. And I think it feels like for now that you are trying to figure out your exit plan. Like, you have given this other person the benefit of the doubt. You have done whatever you could, whatever you thought was right. And it just never seems that the relationship gets to where it should be, or where you think it has the potential to go. So sorry, Scorpio, but let's get into some tarot and see what other messages Spirit has for you. So starting by looking at this person's purpose in your life, we have the Star. So the Star card really represents your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, the things that you want for yourself. If this world was perfect, what would it look like for you? And so I think that this person is sort of making you reframe your worldview, where this person may have started out like, let's say, for example, that you said, oh, I want someone ambitious and I want someone who's driven. And then you got someone who's all of that, but they don't make any time for you. That, they're so consumed by pursuing their goals and their own dreams that they don't really take you into account unless it's convenient for them. And so I feel like, this person is partially in front of you to sort of challenge what it is that you truly value when it comes to relationships. And we also have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And there have been a lot of signs that have gotten this card in their reading. So the Five of Pentacles, when it's upright, can represent a sense of lack or being left out in the cold or on the outside looking in. And so I feel like in kind of a perverse way, this person is here to show you what that feels like and maybe help guide you to a different mindset or a different set of desires that will not have you feeling like this, right? So even if you want a person who is driven and highly motivated and ambitious, then you also want that person to be balanced in their approach, where they can, they can want to achieve things, but they also want to achieve a healthy relationship with you. And so I almost feel like this person is sort of highlighting the bad side of what it is that you're looking for, so that you can sort of, I don't want to say adjust what it is that you want, but making sure that when you're manifesting that you can include those caveats like, okay, yeah, I want them to do X, but I want to make sure that I'm considered as well. Now, how this person's energy affects you, good gracious. We have the Sun in reverse, and we also have the Two of Cups. To put it very bluntly, you are not happy in this relationship because the Sun is really about happiness. It's about feeling that warmth on your face. It's that childlike excitement that we have when things are going well and we're looking forward to what's next. And with the Two of Cups, that's really about coming together. That's about, two people merging. And when we have the Sun in reverse and the Two of Cups, it doesn't feel like there's happiness in this situation. And so this person's energy is rather bringing you down. It doesn't feel like a good place, to be in. It really doesn't. So what are your strengths as a team? We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So I do think that, together, every so often, there is this sense of emotion, of happiness that you all do share. But I think that it's not consistent enough, for you to be happy. There's this sense that, yeah, we can do good things together and, on paper, we're a pretty good match. But when it comes to, sort of things playing out in the real world, it doesn't sort of end up that way. And we have that clarified by the Two of Pentacles. So finding that balance, being able to sort of juggle things. It's almost as if from the outside looking in, people would look at you as a power couple, that you all sort of seem to have everything together. But behind closed doors, it's like, yeah, this house is on fire. This shit is burning all the way down. But I think from the outside looking in, you all put on a very, very good face for the public. So I will say that you kind of keep your dirt inside. Now, what challenges do you face together? We have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is a card about crying over spilled milk, right? It's sort of focusing on the chaos that's in front of you without seeing these full cups, that are sitting right next to you. And if you could see, these people are like, they're kind of going at it. This person's pointing a finger, they're waving their hand. This one's like poking their finger in their ear, like, I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. And so I think that you all can't see, or at least the other person can't see what they have right there in front of them. It's like they're being deaf and blind, and it's like you're screaming at them, you're waving your hands, and it's like they're not hearing you. We have that clarified by the Seven of Cups in reverse. And so the Seven of Cups is about options. It's about sort of seeing things for what they are, right? Falling out of the illusions that you may have. And I feel like one of the challenges that you all have, and I almost feel like this falls on the side of the other person because you're ready to tap out. But this other person is so disillusioned that it's kind of like, no, everything's fine. Like, what are you bugging about? What are you upset about? And it's like, are you serious? You have to be joking right now, right? You got to be kidding me. What do you mean what's wrong? And so this other person is just, they're not seeing what you are in this relationship. So an underlying issue that you all are facing, we have the Emperor in reverse. The Emperor is the type of person, masculine energy, that really takes care of business. They know what needs to be done. They go ahead and do it. They're very stable. They're very smart. They are very dedicated and driven. Like they're everything that you would want out of another person. And we have that clarified by the Four of Swords in reverse. So the Four of Swords is a restful energy. It's a very introspective, thoughtful energy. There is, it's a little bit quiet. There's not much going on because someone is taking the time to just be still. And so I think that, the underlying issues that you all have is this other person is not taking care of business, and they haven't had, well, I'm not going to say that they haven't had the opportunity. They haven't taken the time or taken the opportunity to truly consider what you're saying and look at themselves and saying, is this true? Can I be a better partner? Am I not being a good partner? What could I do better? They're not asking themselves that question. They're just kind of looking at you like you've lost your mind. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. I'm fine. You're the one who's over here bugging. So, how to communicate with this person. And to be perfectly honest, Cancer, you can communicate, but I feel like you already have one foot out of the door. But we have the King of Pentacles. This is someone who is incredibly balanced, someone who is incredibly stable. They have a pretty calm energy around them, and they know how to communicate. And I'm almost surprised that the King of Swords didn't come out because they're a very factual, very blunt energy, but I don't necessarily think that that's your style. But I do think that when it comes to talking to this other person, to trying to get to some place of resolution with the King of Pentacles and Judgment, I think that there is going to have to be an emphasis on you deciding what's best for you. This stability that you're looking for, it's like, I can give you stability. Can you do the same for me? And depending on this person's answer, you're going to have to make a decision on whether or not this is something that you want to stay in. If they're giving you an indication that they'll try and do better, like how long are you going to be willing to stick around to see if they actually honor that, to see if any meaningful change happens with the way that they approach you in this relationship. But I do think that you are going to have to be the one to make this decision, whether or not you stay or whether you pull the plug on it. But I think that, it's worth having one last calm conversation so that you can know for sure where they are and you can make your decision based on that. So let's pull another oracle card and see. Wow, we're not going to take all of those, like 5 of them flipped over. But let's pull one, maybe 2 more, and see what other message Spirit has for you. Expression. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So I think that this is what you're hoping for from the other person. But I also think that as you consider what it is that you want out of a relationship and what you expect out of another person, you're going to have to figure out how to express that to them, like sort of once and for all. Not yelling, not crazy, but just calm. Like, listen, this is what I'm looking for. I don't feel like I'm getting it. What are we going to do about that? Let the other person respond. Let them express themselves. And if what they're saying isn't satisfactory to you, then you can make your decision based on that. Or maybe it is satisfactory to you for the moment. But I think you owe it to yourself, because of all of the work that you've put in, to at least have that one last conversation. But Scorpio, it's this is a bit of a heavy reading. It feels like this has been weighing on you for some time. So I wish strength for you, and I hope you get this resolved in a way that is best for you. So that's what I got for you guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one.